after the swimming and after the cycling, you just came across as so strong, so confident. I mean, almost like a machine. You just kept going, and you didn't seem to be feeling any exhaustion or pain. Maybe you were just really good at masking it, but maybe just tell us what it's like at that point. You know, you've gone through so much already, but how did you get there, and how did you stay so strong?
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky that yesterday I was having a good day. I mean, you don't always turn up to a big race and feel good, but I was feeling good yesterday, which is very rare but quite nice. But I mean, I do a lot of training to prepare for these events, and I've done a lot of racing. So for me, it's just kind of, I guess, like standard of, I prepare to have done a hard swim, done a hard bike, and to run well off of it. But yeah, yesterday was the hardest part of that run, was just maintaining my composure, not physically, because I felt, within myself, but more my composure of not allowing my mind to drift to think about winning, if that makes sense. So I really just had to stay focused, lap by lap. I give myself stuff to think about, whether it was my running form or grabbing water at each aid station. And then only with about 800 meters to go on the last lap did I allow my mind to drift to think about, like, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to win and be Olympic champion.
A lot of people have commented about just after you passed the finish line and looking at your face and the emotion that you were clearly showing. What were you thinking at that point? I can't even imagine. It must have been incredible.
Yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking. I think it was just like all the emotions and all the experiences and all the highs and all the lows and the doubts and questioning myself of whether I could still do this after having such hard injuries, and whether I'd reach this level again. Like, everything just sort of culminating as I was running down the chute, realizing that I'd done it. Like, I was, becoming Olympic champion, which has been my dream and a big goal of mine, and sort of the only thing left that I've really wanted to achieve in triathlon. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop racing or don't want to achieve more, but, of my personal goals that were super meaningful to me. And so, yeah, I mean, I've looked at the photos of me crossing the line this series, and, my face, I didn't hold my poker face for composure then. I think everything just kind of came out, and I just was experiencing that moment, just trying not to overthink, just kind of feel all the emotions.
I'm sure there's a range of emotions. I'm sure there's some elation, some exhaustion. I mean, just tell us, what is it like now?
Yeah, after I crossed the line, it was just a whirlwind. From doing a bunch of media after the race to going to the press conference, then you've got the podium celebration, and then you're dealing with your own emotions and seeing my husband, Dan, that's here, and friends that I've raced with, and, they also have their own emotions of whether they had a good race or a bad race. So you kind of feel invested in them as well. And then you're just thrust into this like whole new, I don't know, level or world. It feels like everyone watches the Olympics. So it's been so overwhelming to go on social media and see everyone's comments and posts and just joy, and how proud everyone in Bermuda is. And so it just feels like an absolute surreal whirlwind that I'm navigating through. And also I think my body's just still so high on adrenaline and on this just like hot high that I haven't really been able to sleep much, but I'm also exhausted from the physical exertion of the race. And it's just it's just a lot to deal with, but a lot of good things. I'm glad I'm feeling this way versus sulking right now, because I didn't quite have the race that I wanted.
I'm sure you saw photos of your family, and I'm sure they've been in contact, and I have never seen such an enormous smile. It was just consuming his whole face. They were so excited. So I'm sure you've spoken to them. What have they said to you?
Yes, we got numerous calls from them. Dan had his phone, and he got quite a few phone calls after I crossed the line of my brother had a few too many drinks during my race and was very excited with his friends, and they were just like singing and hollering and cheering, and then my parents were there, and they were all just like, I think, ecstatic. I think Just such a massive moment that I think, yeah, everyone was a little bit speechless, but just so excited and happy, and I think relieved as well. Because yeah, it wasn't an easy, to be an Olympic favorite is not an easy position to have, and to actually execute a race and to win under expectation is really difficult. So I think my parents were very relieved, because I get quite nervous when I race. But yeah, it was amazing to see the videos and the atmosphere, and yeah, it really made me laugh and smile.
When might you be returning for a huge welcome celebration?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I hadn't really thought too much after this race, and a lot of my movements now sort of depended on how yesterday went. So yeah, we need to look in it, but hopefully sooner rather than later. But yes, again, with COVID, everything becomes so much harder. So yeah, we need to look at it and have a chat. But yeah, hopefully I can be back soon, because it would be really, really nice to get home.
What's next for Flora Duffy?
Yeah, so I'll definitely be racing in Bermuda at the World Triathlon Championship Series race. And so that's a goal for mine. But I have a few races in between that. Kind of need to decide now. I had a few options, which kind of depended on how yesterday went. But yeah, quite a few races planned through to the end of the year, which is quite nice, especially after last year having not been able to race much because of COVID, and then prior to that being injured. So if I'm healthy, I'm just going to make the most of it and enjoy myself racing. Now that the big pressure's off, it can all just be fun stuff.
I can only imagine the intimidation that's going to cause for all of the people trying to compete against you. You've brought it to a whole new level for them. So you see yourself to continue racing, just until you feel like you don't want to race anymore? Is that really the goal? Just keep going?
Do you mean in terms of for the rest of the year, or
just in general? Yeah.
General? Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm really enjoying it and enjoying the lifestyle. So I need to see how, the next year or two goes, and where I'm at. But yeah, at the moment, really enjoying it, and want to keep living this way and racing around the world.